more damage at the main. So now virtually stopping his opponent from mining all over the place. Really, Ruby is in a lot of trouble right now. Double starports going down, and we will see those wraiths for Ruby. Sorry for Leta fairly soon. I think I actually saw some for Ruby as well. In the meantime, a big battle here, and the tank will have to be saved. I think Leta will really try to fight to save the tank, but I don't think he will be able to. The vultures of Ruby have flanked his army, and they are planting mines all over the place. They are planting mines, and the tank above will definitely go down. I'm not sure about the one below. The tank above does go down. The one below manages to survive yet and pushes the vulture force back. And oh man, take a brief moment right now to take this all in. So really, basically, Ruby is in a lot of trouble right now. He has lost a lot of SCVs, all on the secondary, a couple in the main as well, and he cannot afford doing stuff like this from now on, because he really needs all the forces that he can get to prevent his opponent from blocking him in, because keep in mind the map that we're talking about right here is Andromeda, it's Rush Hour 3, and on Rush Hour 3 it's very easy to block your opponent by just taking control of the two bridges that come out of his secondary. If you manage to control these two bridges, you really have a very big advantage over him, and I believe that this is what Leta will be trying to go for right now. He is going through the minefields that have been planted previously, trying to save his tanks from any stupid deaths in the minefields, and he's doing this very well, not losing any tanks to mines. And in the meantime, the first Wraith is actually out for his opponent. Oh man, he should send his own Wraith to attack, because otherwise he may lose 1 or 2 siege tanks to this Wraith, and that would really be a pity. In the meantime, he is consolidating, as I was saying, his position here. He will try to establish a contain at this bridgehead here around the 10 o'clock position, more or less, and he will try to prevent any troops from coming out from the secondary. He will fairly soon, maybe in a minute or so, expand himself to the probably 6 o'clock position. I think that's the nearest base for him. And in the meantime, if he can deny a new command center for Ruby, he will take a serious economic lead in the game, and then just pump out all those units that he needs to keep his opponent contained, meaning in the end probably a victory for OGN. In the meantime, a fairly big armada of wraiths, and they are moving out. I think that this wraith right here is doomed to die very soon. I think it killed 1 tank up until now, or maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 tanks, but still, it gets killed, and now it's going to be Ruby that will be under a lot of pressure from the wraiths. He does have his siege tanks sieged somewhere next to his natural, and they are under attack from the wraiths. No Goliaths yet, because keep in mind, Ruby went first for a factory and only later for an armory, meaning that he doesn't have those Goliaths ready yet, I believe, or he has them being produced just right now, meaning that he will lose troops. And in the meantime, a sneak attack from Ruby coming from the bottom of the map, as he was actually going to do this earlier on in the game, but he was forced back then to pull out all his vulture bikes, because Leta attacked him so well with his own vulture bikes at the secondary. Now he's finally going for it, but it didn't really pay off. If you just saw that attack there, he did manage to kill 2-3 SCVs, but really not the type of damage that he needs to inflict so as to come back into this game. And you really see that all macroed up Leta is pumping out units like crazy, and he is doing just what I was thinking. He is not only establishing a contain at the so to speak southern bridgehead, but he's also going for the northern one right here at the 12 o'clock position, and he is fighting a good battle right here, simply by huge numbers, winning against this tank force, especially because the tank force only had Goliath support and lacked any big numbers of vulture bikes. He was able to push through and defeat these tanks and the Goliaths, mining the bridgehead and placing tanks very well there. You see a new command center being built by Leta, so he's really going very hard with economy, macroing up, and really the game is slipping out of Ruby's hands very quickly. I see very little possibility for Ruby to come back into this one. He will try to comset. He just comsetted, if you just saw that, on the other side of this divide, and he will be sieging his tanks, trying to kill some tanks, but I still do not believe that this attempt will be successful. He needs his third command center very, very soon, otherwise he will fall very far behind. But he needs otherwise also to keep pumping Goliaths, because the Wraiths are always harassing his tanks. He's being pinned in between these two armies, and it would be a theoretically possible idea that when Leta decides to really push for one of these bridges, that that when Ruby tries to push for one of these bridges, that Leta will come with the army from the other side over the other bridge and really trap him, so to speak, in between his two armies. That would be a very good, viable option for Leta as we speak. And he has a new command center. He will probably be looking, I think he is actually expanding at the 3 o'clock position, and at the 5 o'clock position I see red blobs on the map, and I think that's what is meaning. And Cloak has been researched, still managing to harass these tanks, still denying exit for the tanks, and now coming in with a vulture bites in front of the tank, trying to defend it. This lone tank will go down right here, and Leta is suffering some damage here at this northern bridgehead, but I do not believe that this is enough. Definitely Wraiths coming in, killing a tank of Rubies, and Ruby has also lost himself a lot of units. Not possible for him to come out of his base. He is building the command center already. This is how dire his need for a new command center is. He will float it and probably throw all in a all or nothing attack, which will most likely 99.9% end with his demise. And he is indeed expanding, as I was thinking, at 3 and 5 o'clock, meaning that he will very soon be at 5 bases versus 2 bases, which is really ludicrous. I mean, it's pointless almost for Ruby to keep fighting, but probably he's still in the fight because, you know, it's for the team. If he loses, MBC game hero loses, so what, he's just gonna give it all or nothing, and, you know, whatever. In the meantime, trying to push out, he may have a possibility right now to push out, since he has a lot of troops sieging the tanks at the end of the bridge. But I believe that it's only a matter of time until Leta brings in reinforcements or comes with the troops on the other bridge and really annihilates the forces. No, it won't even be necessary. He had enough troops at this northern bridge, so it's simply over for Ruby. I mean, Leta played a very good game, saw that fast command center, responded accordingly, and had a very good attack with those vultures, inflicting serious damage to economy, and simply the whole time pushing Ruby further and further behind himself. Leta really shows why he is probably, I also believe, not only in TVT has he the best record, but also all in all from all the players in the Pro League. He's at something like 20-5 all in all, why he has such a great record. Simply awesome on his part. And now it's probably going to be the last attempt, the last attempt from Ruby to try to break the contain, but I simply do not see this working. He is loading units into the dropships, but, you know, it's over. Come on, all those Wraiths will take short care of the dropships, and Leta can reinforce with so many units that even if Ruby would win this one, it would still not be enough for new expansion. So you see, he's dropped the dropships. Of course, have been attacked by Wraiths. Wraiths in the meantime have backed out. They're now attacking the command center, and Ruby didn't even have as much as I thought. He's lost everything, and any second now he will GG. It's really only a matter of seconds, because it's over. It's Ruby's game. Ruby is Leta is expanding even further on the map, and it's over right now. I'm just waiting for the 2 magical letters to appear on the screen, so the game is ending. Trying to build another command center. This is preposterous. Just say GG, man. Oh, okay. By his looks, it was GG. It is GG. It's over, and I wouldn't necessarily say that here Ruby let his team down. His whole tactic was viable if he wouldn't have been scouted. Leta saw this very, very well, scouted it, won the game with great pressure, nice play, and this brings Ongamenet Sparkyz a new victory in the Pro League, guys. 3-0 very, very quickly, and just as his 2 teammates, bringing the heart to some fangirl. I hope you've enjoyed this game, guys, and stay tuned. This was Bladerwire signing out, and I'll try one of these days to commentate on some new Korean Pro League games. Stay tuned, go to se2gg.com, check out all the other commentators. Take care, bye bye.